Hello, my name's Stuart, and we're going to go with another great middle distance race from the 1980s. This one's 1981. It's July, Stockholm, and it's Sebastian Coe attempting to break the world 1500-meter record. And great field behind him, Steve Scott et al. So let's go with it, and I'll make some comments along the way. So we can see there that Coe's gone out very, very quickly indeed. And he's got James Robinson, who is doing the pacemaking. The commentator actually said that they've said that Robinson had got to go out because Steve Ovett had gone in at 1500 meters in Oslo previous to this, and they'd gone out a bit slow, so it was thought they needed somebody to really take up the pace. Now the splits which has been provided, by the way, I'd just like to thank Dino for allowing me to take this race from his channel, which I have done. He's also very kindly supplied me with some splits. So we've got Robinson going through in 51.5. I mean, I don't know what Robinson's fastest 800 was, but I can imagine that in his personal best for 800, he probably did not even run 51.5. Obviously, they've said to him, go out and make sure that there's no dawdling on the first and second laps. And he's just absolutely blitzed it. I mean, look, Coe's nowhere near him. And yet Coe has still run 52.4. If Coe had gone out with Robinson, I mean, he would have completely died after 2 laps. He would have been running 147 for the first 800. At least he had some sense to kind of hold back. Even so, he's still run 52.4 for the first lap. And look at Robinson. I mean, he's tying up badly. He's struggling. Complete mess up on the pacemaking, has to be said. Would have been better off not having Robinson in the race, and would have been better off just letting Coe do his own pacing. So that's a shame. Coe must have been in superlative form, otherwise I'm sure he would not have gone out like that. He may well have believed that he could run 324 or 325, who knows, to have gone out, because I'm sure at this level an athlete like Coe or Ovett, they know the difference between a 53-second lap and a 56-second lap. They must do. He must have known he'd gone out fast. He must have really felt good, but obviously he just went out a little bit too quick. Had he run a 54-second first lap like he did in Zurich the previous year, sorry, 1979, then we probably would have been looking at a sub 3:30 time. Had he run 55-56 first lap, we would have been looking at probably 3:28, which is what he thought he was going to run in his autobiography, he mentioned. So he's gone through 149.1 on 800 meters. He's run the second lap 56.7, which actually is still fairly fast, given that he ran the first lap in 52.4. You would expect him to completely die. Most athletes, top level athletes, after a 52.4, to run 56.7 is unbelievable. He's run a 149 800. Absolutely fantastic gap. I can imagine the people watching this in the stadium must have thought they were going to witness like a 325 or something. You can see on the left, you can see people applauding him. They're watching a special athlete. I believe that's Mike Boyd. I think that's Steve Scott behind him. It's still a huge gap. There he goes. He's run 331.95. They closed him down a bit. Obviously they did. Now Coe is bending over. I've commented on this before. Ovett's racing Koblenz when he ran 331.4. Perfect, beautiful pacing. He came through the last lap smiling, with his, not even bending over or anything. He just looked happy and relaxed. And it just shows what a well-paced race can do for a top, world-beating athlete like Coe or Ovett. Now look at him. I mean, he's absolutely, he is so physically shattered. Not that a 331.95 properly run would have done that to him. It wouldn't have done. It's just simply because of the way that it was run. Absolutely farcical and incompetent pacemaking. You can say to me that that's unwarranted criticism, because in those days pacemaking was not so well honed as it is today. But I don't really go with that because it seemed to me that Ovet and Cram in their careers had fairly well paced races. For some reason with Coe, a lot of the time the pacing went all wrong. Even his Zurich 347.3 mile has been pointed out to me recently because I thought that was a fairly well paced race, that even in that race there were problems with the pacemaking. So Coe just had that bad luck. I don't know, was it some kind of conspiracy? I really don't know, but given that he ran 329 in 1986, 1981 he was at the zenith of his powers, when if he was going to absolutely blow the 1500-meter world record apart, that was the race where he should have done it. But it was a lost opportunity, and so history is history. There's nothing really to be said about it, but it was an incredible performance. If you look at the splits, I don't think there's been a 332 to compare with it, where somebody's run a first lap of that speed and managed to hang on and run at 332. If there is such a performance, let me know about it. I'd be really interested to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.